Hey guys, and welcome to the Farm and Pastor's Wife. This video is probably going to be just a little bit different. There probably will not be any cooking. We may talk about food a little bit, but not any real cooking. Today is Sunday. You're watching this on Monday. Today is our first Sunday back in church, and we are so excited. We are ready to get there and ready to get started. So in this video, you may see a little bit of church. You may see a little bit of different things. Brian, Isaac, and I are also leaving after church to head for a little fishing getaway. Usually in the month of May, we somehow work in a little overnight fishing trip. So you may get a little fishing video as well. And it may come late in the day Monday. I don't know when it'll upload. So I hope you enjoyed. But before we do any of that, before I show you anything of church or any fishing, I wanted to show you what I made. Y'all know I showed you my craft room at the last video. But I've been watching this lady. I've like subscribed to all the quilting tutorial videos and everything. Well, there's this lady named Erica Arndt. A-R-N-D-T, I think, or A-R-D-N-T, I'm not sure. Anyway, and she makes these things called squishy bags, and I made one. I'm so excited. Since we're going fishing, I wanted to take my knitting, because sometimes I fish and then I get bored. I fish and then I get bored. And sometimes I just throw my line in the water, and because we pier fish, I throw my line in the water, I sit in the chair, and I want to do something while I'm waiting for my pole to jiggle. And so I wanted to take my knitting with me. And so I wanted a bag that I could like just leave my yarn down in and just kind of pull through. So this is what this is for. It's a squishy bag. That's what she calls it. So it's just my knitting bag. And it's got a front pocket here. And so like I could put my phone or whatever down in there, or my needles. I don't really have a pattern, so can't really stick my pattern. I lined it. I did black on one side and then herringbone pink on the other, green gingham, and then this cute little cactuses. And watch this. It's drawstring. So I can put everything in there, leave just a little bit of hole for my yarn to come out and just pull it out. And it also has this little handle that I can carry it by. So I just wanted to show you something I made, and I finished it in a day. Brian asked me how long it took me. Well, it was hard to determine that because it was start and stop. We'd have to leave and go somewhere, and start, stop, leave, and go somewhere. And so I really am not sure. I think I probably could have made it from start to finish if I had an hour and a half, 2 hours. And that's a beginner. That's me as a beginner. And watching the tutorial and doing it here and then doing something. Watching a little bit, then doing it. Watching it and doing. So once I get really good at doing these, I could whip them out probably in an hour. So I even made the casing for my roping. And I'm just so excited. So anyway, y'all come on. We're going to go to church. I probably won't video the service only because I do video the service. My phone is in use, putting it on Facebook. So I may just show you like the sanctuary setup, our new remodel. This is the first Sunday we're back since our church. We kind of redid the sanctuary, and I'll see if I can find some old footage of the old sanctuary. I'm not sure I can. But anyway, we've rocked the front wall, and it just looks beautiful. And here comes PB.
What's up, guys?
He's ready to preach.
I'm going to print my sermon off. All right, here's this. I'm going to give you a heads up.
No. Not his sermon that he gets online.
No. One that I type up in Microsoft Word.
He type up his notes.
Yeah. I don't know why I type them up. I don't use them.
He don't use them. I don't know why he writes anything down. But, yeah, so he doesn't get his sermons offline.
No.
The Lord gives them to him, and
That's
he
right.
types them out. Just bullet point notes, and then he prints them, and then he don't use them.
The reason I print them is as I walk back up to the pulpit, I just glance and see if I've covered everything that I've
That he
thought
wanted
about
to say.
covering. Yeah.
It's just a little reminder jogger, a memory jogger. So anyway, we will see you guys in just a little bit. Hey guys, well at church, we were so excited about being back in church, I forgot to film anything. But have no fear, if you want to see anything, you can go to our Facebook page and watch the entire service. It's Browers Wesleyan Church, and be sure to like and watch the service, and you can see how our remodel went. You can see how we taped off certain rows, and I think we taped off every other row, and we had hand sanitizer. We did our offering a little different, but it was so good to be back in the house of the Lord and with our church family. So anyway, I forgot to film that. I was just so excited. But anyway, we are en route to the beach.
To the beach. And to the beach. We're going fishing.
See the fishing poles back there? And there's Isaac on his phone.
We're going fishing.
We're going fishing.
Everybody asked me what we was fishing for. I said, whatever bites.
Whatever bites, that's right.
Hey, do you guys know where my favorite place to catch fish is?
Where's your favorite place to catch a fish?
Right there in the lip.
Sorry guys. Anyway, no, wah. I'll post more when we get to the beach, and I'll show you our view for a couple days anyway. Okay guys, so here we are at the pier. We just arrived. We've got our room, and we just came straight out to the pier. It is crowded. I mean, that doesn't even give you a good view, but it is crowded. So I'm not expecting a bite of anything on this fishing pole, but I'm just gonna have a blast sitting out here with my family and hoping for a bite. May read a little bit, and so I'll keep y'all updated, and definitely I'll bring you back out here in the morning before I upload the video. Hey guys, it was way too cold for me on the pier, and it's like 80-some degrees here, but the wind up on the pier was unbelievable. And so I came on back to the room. Brian didn't want me to leave, but I was freezing. Like, I had my fishing pole in the water, but I couldn't have grabbed it because I had my arms down in my shirt because I was that cold. So I said, y'all stay here. I will go to the room and knit. Y'all, we stay, when we take our little fishing trip, we stay in just a fishing motel. Nothing fancy. In fact, this is probably one of the nicest ones we've stayed in when we've taken our fishing trip. Now, when we go on vacation, we stay in somewhere, you know, a little bit nicer. But this is just a fish motel, like nothing fancy at all. We do have a couch over there. That's kind of cool. But it's actually one of the nicer fishing places we've stayed. So I know this video is short. This video is nothing really probably you're interested in. But I told you I was going to have one out on Monday, and I'm going to have one out on Monday. Thursday, we will jump back into cooking. I've got some fun things to cook. If the weather holds out, I want to make, and it's one of those cookies that your weather has to be right. But one of my most popular videos is probably one of my poorest video quality videos, but it's one of my top videos, and I want to remake it, and that's my lace cookies. So depending on the weather, we may do that Thursday, and you may have it by Thursday afternoon. But anyway, I hope to get a little video of the beach done in the morning when we go out, and hopefully we're catching fish tomorrow. I hope they've caught something. I was just too cold. I couldn't take it. I mean, I was cold to the bone cold. So I'm in the room knitting and having a ball by myself, just relaxing, not worrying about cleaning the house, not worrying about cooking supper, not worrying about nothing, just knitting. So y'all stay tuned. I hope I'll video some more in just a second. Hey guys, we're out here on the pier, and at the end of the pier, some some locals do some king fishing, and I think we have one online, so I thought I'd come up here and record a little bit.
I think he got whatever. Tyrone, he gave whatever he was carrying to Tyrone. He's like, here, take this. He's passing.
They're passing the rod down so it doesn't get tangled up.
The kings you normally
No, I didn't know that.
You don't walk out here.
Shark. It's a shark.
Big thing.
Okay, so that was a shark. We've caught several shark, but we usually shark fish at night. The pier's not open this time at night, so he didn't got to do any shark fishing, so he didn't get his king. He was disappointed. Shark, when you catch them, they stink so bad. I'm watching my pole. I thought I had a bite. But anyway, so isn't my view, well, the view behind me, beautiful? It's just as pretty in front of me. It's windy. It's not so much cold as it is just windy, and the wind is got a little bit of nip to it, so I do have a sweatshirt and hood on, but I'm not freezing like I was last night. So yeah, no bites yet. We've got a few bites, but haven't hooked anything yet. So, but you know what? It's all about relaxing and being together as a family and just having a good time. I'm gonna bring you back.
It's all about wind.
It's all about wind. Yeah. See, we always have this thing. Who'll catch more? And he did catch 2 Spanish last night.
Yeah, 2 Spanish.
He caught 2 Spanish last night. I had already gone in, so I was not in the. He hooked 4, but got 2 in. But I was not out here, so I was not in the competition. And so I have a feeling I won't be much of a competitor this weekend, just because I'm all about just chilling and relaxing this weekend. A lot of times I'm really about fishing, but this weekend I'm really about just being here and enjoying time away. But I'm going to bring you back just a little bit, and we're going to talk about YouTube trolls. Something I've never dealt with, and so I was going to ask you, tell you, I've only had 3 situations, and I was going to tell you about them, and you can hear my reaction to them firsthand. Okay guys, so when I started my YouTube channel, I had a friend who I met through YouTube, and she told me, beware of the trolls. And I was like, the trolls? And up until I reached 1,000, I didn't really have any because I was just a nobody. But, and I'm still just a nobody. Anyway, I've had 3 situations, and I just kind of wanted to laugh about it and tell you guys how I handled it. The first one didn't really bother me because you could tell they didn't even watch the video. It's just somebody that just wants to get on YouTube and go to people's videos and say something nasty and ugly and or hateful or whatever. And they didn't, none of the content of their comment had anything to do with my video. So I just thought, how pathetic, get a life, and I deleted their comment. Didn't really faze me any at all. The second one, I think why it bothered me was, 1, they spoke out of ignorance, and 2, I was tired, and it was in the middle of the night when I saw their comment. We were selling chickens, and anyway, it had to do with one of the vegetables I planted from last year, and I had mentioned that the vegetable has yellow spots on it, and that was part of the variety it was. And then I said, and even their leaves have yellow spots. Isn't that awesome? Isn't that cool? And he like made fun of me because I said, isn't that cool? And he says, what she don't know is that's a mineral deficiency, and she's going to cause another dust bowl. Well, anyway, so this is how I responded. One, it's the variety. The variety of watermelon I'm talking about has yellow speckles on the foliage and the fruit. And so what I responded was, actually, sir, it is the variety that has the yellow spots. I said, our soil is very nutrient rich, and I have produced great produce year after year after year. And I said, and I'll be glad to send you a link with some factual information. So, in kindness, I was pretty much telling him he was showing his ignorance, basically, because he didn't know what he was talking about. And then I proceeded to put a link on there about the variety of vegetables. It's an heirloom variety, and put it on there that told about how it had yellow spots on the fruit and the foliage and blah, blah, blah. So that was really nothing, but I thought, one, you need to know what you're talking about before you put it out there. Check your facts first. And then he said I was going to cause another dust bowl. Yeah, that was too much. And then the third comment I've only had 3, and that's really good. That's really good. It was, I think Bryant and I used the same spoon or fork or something. And he mentioned, that was sharing germs. I don't remember his comment, but his comment wasn't really ugly per se, but it was just that we were sharing germs by eating after each other. And so my first thought, I didn't even respond to him. I just deleted his comment. I didn't respond or anything. I just deleted. And my first reaction in my mind, because like I said, I didn't comment, was, what kind of marriage do you have? I have a great marriage. And if eating after a fork...
Because she married me.
That's right. And if a fork is the only way you guys share germs, then I'm sorry. I kiss my husband, and...
Not often enough.
And so, I'm not a cook for... When I cook at the church, I always change spoons. I use gloves. I never stick a used spoon back in the stuff. But at home, when I'm cooking for my family, we all eat after each other and stuff. So, that's just the type of family we are. And so I just thought his comment was kind of stupid, because I'm thinking, you're worried about me sharing germs with my husband? Anyway, so, yeah. And, I mean, like, we'll take the fork and pass it around the kids, I mean, it's just... Anyway, so just know that if you leave an ugly comment, I'll delete it. And I'm probably laughing at you. The only one that aggravated me was the one in the middle of the night, and I think it aggravated me just because why would somebody say something without checking their facts first? Like, why would they do that? Because I'm too scared of being found to be in the wrong. Like, if I'm going to call somebody out on something, I'm going to be sure. Well, first of all, I don't do that. First, I never call anybody out on anything. I just, whatever. But 2, I'm going to try to be sure I'm right if I do say something. And there's things, I've posted things on social media before that people did not have the same opinion as me and that I had. And instead of arguing, I would just delete my comment or my post or whatever. It wasn't worth it to me to cause. It didn't mean I realized I was wrong. It just means I was taking the higher ground, and I'm not opinionated enough. I mean, I have my opinions, but I'm not going to force them on anybody. And the only opinion I am strong about really is Jesus Christ, and that He is King of Kings and Lord of Lords. And so that's the only opinion I will fight for. The rest is, you know, and that's not an opinion, that's a fact. And anyway, that's my 3 little troll stories. And but so far I've done good. I haven't had many. And that's the only 3 I've ever had. And like I said,
our biggest critic.
Yeah, he is. He'll say, "Did you know you said this?" But yeah, I just and they weren't like the guy who said something about me and Bryant eating after each other. He wasn't mean or anything. And even the guy with the dust bowl thing, I mean, he was kind of rude. And I was just tired. I think that's why that one aggravated me so bad. But anyway, and then the other one, they're just pathetic. If they go on YouTube and just find people's videos to say something nasty and crude, they're just pathetic. But anyway, we're still at the beach. I've had a few bites. I hadn't caught anything. Bryant caught a blue while ago. I've pulled my rod in, and I'm just sitting here enjoying the breeze and the scenery, the ocean air, and then not having to think about cleaning the house or cooking supper. It's wonderful.
You cook?
Yes, I cook. He said you cook.
Clean?
Let me tell y'all, if y'all hadn't seen my catfish video, you need to go find my catfish video. Bryant and Isaac and Jessica have gone on and on about that catfish. That's something you guys have got to try. So, anyway, I will probably end this video, probably now, because I want to get it uploaded for you. And y'all have a great day. See, listen, tune in Thursday. We're going to have some cooking. I'm hoping it doesn't rain and I can do those cookies again. But if it rains, we'll do something else. So y'all be sure to tune in on Thursday.